What's up, coaches, man? It's Coach B, Double Wing Coach, man, coming back at you for another video. Been wanting to do more videos on my channel as different programs, you know, their football seasons are starting to gear up and get in full swing. So I've been in communication with a lot of my coaches, and just decided I just wanted to add some more content and give you guys, you know, just some chalk talk on why the Good God system works, and why it's a foolproof system. I know it's rules blocking for younger kids. It can be harder to pick up, but it's always good to implement, because I just think it provides a really good basis of having a working blocking system for you every single time that adapts to whatever your play call is. So today I wanted to do Bear Ray 43 Counter Trap XX. In 2013, this was one of my most favorite plays. We got so many yards on this play because I was blessed to have just a savage four-back, which, as double wing coaches, you know, you're not always going to be blessed with a great backfield, but some of the time you end up getting like you have like one or two kids in your backfield that are really strong and another one that's, you know, lagging. But pretty much, per my manual, you guys know, I number my guys 3, 4, and 2, and then my quarterback is 1. My 2-back is just pretty much like my burner. I can use a new running back here as long as he's got speed. This kid needs to be able to burn. He just has to be a burner. You can teach a kid to run, you know, and kind of follow his blocks, but speed is something that you just can't, you can teach speed, but they're born with it. So if you have a burner, put him right here. This kid at 3-back, my left wing, he's going to be running the majority of our base play, which is 34 power every single time. Everybody knows that. So you're going to want this kid to be someone who can handle, 10 to 15 carries a game, and just to be able to run the rock reliably and not fumble. Turnovers kill you. So make sure this kid, is kind of like, he's got to be your top back. So your 4-back. Now, this kid, if you have a bruiser on your team at 4-back, then this kid is going to make or break your season. Because if this kid is an animal, 34 power has got to go because of what he needs to do to this kid over here at end, okay? So the majority of the time, 34 power, he's kicking out this defensive end. And this defensive end should be their best defensive player. If he's not, they're probably going to have a long day against you. It should be this kid is their best kid, their best defensive kid. But if this kid is an animal and he can run the ball and he's also great at kick-out blocks and just being an unselfish player, then feed this kid the rock. You're giving this kid the reason the 4-back sometimes suffers in the double wing is because there's so many 34 powers and 25 counters and 325 XXs that sometimes you forget your full back play, your interior, what you can do in the interior with this offense. So, as you can see on the left-hand side, I've wrote the progression, the God, Good, GDB, FBI, backer to safety. So just for a brief description, your Atman, so this is your 2-man, your 4-man, and your 6-man on the line. This is your 3-man, your 5-man, and your 7-man on the line. Whoever the Atman is, the man you are going to run at, is going to be blocking good. If we run at you, you must be good. By rule, anyone inside the Atman, so meaning like if the Atman is out here, these two guys would be inside him on play side. I'm sorry, all good fellas have God inside them. So anybody that's inside the Atman needs to be blocking God. The next outside progression outside of the Atman is GDB, gap down backer. The next one is FBI, first backer inside. And the last one, if you get to that progression, is BS, backer to safety. So let me just now, a lot of times I draft up these defensive schematics on Chalk Talk, and I'll always use a 5-3. And if a team is using a 5-3 against you, you really don't need my help. They're probably going to get a beating anyway. So today I decided to just draw this out and Chalk Talk this out against a 6-2, which is probably what you should be seeing. If not, you're probably going to have no trouble in beating that team. So let's just go over it real quick. Bear, Ray 43 Counter Trap XX. Now, the reason I always ran this play out of Bear is I used to run this play center line. I'd have my 4-back right here in the sniffer position, and I would make him kind of bucket step, like basically take like a counter step to his right, almost like jump out of the quarterback's way as the quarterback turns, and the quarterback just hands the ball off with his left hand right into the 4-back's belly after I made him do this little kind of just hop step to the right to avoid the spin of the quarterback, and the quarterback's going to boot out like this. Okay? Now, if I just put him in bear, he just basically just needs to stand there and just do a quick jab step. Like, I just have him take his right foot and just pop. He just jab steps. And then he turns to his left and he opens up the bucket to get the ball from the quarterback. So, I always put him in bear now. It just makes sense. If I was to run this the opposite way, I would run bull, Lee, 42 counter trap XX, which is the reverse of this play. It works the same. It works just as good. I tend to like running this play to the left as a counter because it is a trap and it is a counter. It's a combination of both. It's just using your four-back. And I like to show all the strength on the right side of the offense because you have your fullback over here. You have your two-back over here. You got your three-down lineman. It just looks like there's a lot of power over here. Some teams may shift down, which is going to even help you out even more because on this is where you're actually going to run. So already now you see Bear, Ray, 43 counter trap. This is your three-man. So I'm just going to put a little dot on who is the Atman. So we all know if I'm running at you, you must be good. Look over here. We got gap, on. Good stands for gap, on, outside gap, or down. So he steps to the line, and he basically takes a look as soon as they break the huddle. Gap. Is there anyone in my gap? No. On. Yes, there's a man on. So he knows that this becomes his block right here. Okay? I'm just going to discuss play side blocking at first. So the next guy outside of the Atman is blocking gap, down, backer. Okay? So he steps to the line. This is one man outside of the Atman, which you see good. Then it goes to GDB. Okay? You have technically nobody on this. Nobody now is going to be blocking God because your Atman is right here. And the center is always blocking man on, man away. So let's just draw that right now. Man on, man away. He steps to the line. Man on. Nope. Man away from the play. So this is his block right here. Okay? So, this guy, one man outside. I told you he's blocking gap, down, backer. He steps to the line. Do you see a guy in his gap? Nope. See his guy a down? Yes, because the man to his inside has an on block, okay? So that's a down block. If anyone is on your inside neighbor, that's a down block. So there's a double team right here, okay? These guys get cleaned up. Now, this guy right here, he's blocking next outside. So next progression outside is FBI. First backer inside. This kid needs to understand that this is not a backer, okay? Backer's up here. So he's going to avoid this kid. However he needs to do it. Go around him, whatever he needs to do. But he's going straight to a backer, okay? Right there. Now, on this side, so now our three-man. Our three-man doesn't have any blocking progression because he is going to ray motion like this, and he's just going to continue out like this, okay? Now, on the backside, I'll discuss what the two-back is going to do. On the snap, because this is a counter trap XX, this is my tag for we're doing a crisscross counter. Essentially, he is just going to drop step, and he is just going to cross paths. And they will fake a handoff right here, okay? Both of them hiding the ball. After they get the imaginary ball that they don't have, they're just going to pretend that they do, and they're going to take it all the way to the sidelines. Like I tell my kid, man, you run to the cotton candy stand. If you don't run to the cotton candy guy, then you owe me laps. I want my kids to continue their fakes as long as possible. All right, now let's discuss the kick out. Because these blocking rules, you've already identified the Atman. We've run through our progression. And by rule, this kid gets a free pass into straight into the backfield, okay? Because what's going to happen is this pulling guard, which on all counters, as you know, backside guard gets the kick out. He comes straight across, kick out, okay? Now, this double team right here needs to have this kid. What you want is, I'm going to show you here in a second. Now, what I wanted you to understand is I gate pull. So this guy's going to be fast inside reach. And this guy is going to gate across. Now, this is where you have to understand what this jab step is here for. As this tight end, backside tight end comes through, I basically want him coming up and pulling and then like releasing to either backer or safety. Usually this guy is held long enough. He doesn't really do nothing. If he's this backside backer, because he's usually confused because he sees the fakes. His face is in the backfield for a quick second. So I usually have my backside tight end go straight up to safety. Okay. This kid is a non-player. He will be fooled by the XX. A lot of times these kids come straight into the backfield. Both of these kids, they just come straight in the backfield looking around because of this XX motion down here. Okay. Now, pretty much it. The quarterback is going to pivot. He always opens to motion. He's going to pivot this way. Okay. The handoff is with his left hand. Okay. So as he pivots, it's a no-look handoff. After he makes the handoff, he just boots out. Okay. Four-back makes this quick little jab step. And the reason he makes this jab step is to allow time for this backside tight end right here to cross his face. As soon as this tight end crosses his face, he should be getting the handoff right here, okay? Gets the handoff and runs right straight through here, okay? This guy right here is now no longer there, okay? So he's no longer there at all. He's down here getting crack blocked. So you're essentially running right inside the area that this guy just vacated. This double team right here, what you're looking for is you're looking for these two kids right here on this double team to drive this kid back. They got to drive him. They have to seal him and drive him. And then pretty much it's off to the races at that point. You have a lead block coming from the backside tight end. And this is your fullback on a backer or a safety, whoever's unblocked. Okay? And that's why this play just pretty much runs hard, man. This is against a 6'2", against a 5'3". Honestly, there's even more running room. A lot of times with less defensive linemen allows more of your offensive linemen to release to backers. Sometimes you'll get a double with the center and the guard on the nose tackle, and then the first tackle outside gets let in, and basically your play side tight end and your play side tackle both like release to backer. Okay? If there's only one guy and there's only a nose tackle and there's just some random guy, that random guy is getting let in. That's where your trap block is. Your trap block occurs right here. And that's why this play runs so hard, man. So against the 6'2", like I said, 6'2" is a challenging defense. But as you can see, by all the rules and you just applying the rules the way they're written and just following who the Atman is and knowing that your progression is outside the Atman is good for the Atman. GDB for one man outside. FBI for two men outside, men positions, and then backer to safety for 3 men outside. On this one, you have an Atman here. You have 1 man outside the Atman blocking GDB and 1 guy blocking FBI by rule. Nobody's blocking backer to safety because that would have had to been your 3 back, but he's going in motion and doing an XX crisscross counter fake. So that's it, man. Bear Ray 43 counter trap XX. I hope you liked it, coaches, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See ya.